So, Harrison, come on up here, man.
Hi, my name is Harrison, in case you didn't know. I'm a first year at Xavier. So my testimony, my parents got divorced at 3 because my mom just has a mental illness. So as a child, I was abandoned, traumatized, and emotionally abused. I was insecure about like who I was as a man, and I had a lot of trust issues. Just with like sharing stuff with people, and I just wanted to have like the biggest like savings account for a ton of security and basically just gain the whole world. And I also just like wished I was somebody else, just like living a normal, ordinary life like any other one than mine. And I used to be super agreeable about everything, and I thought I had to prove myself to like everybody I came in contact with. But the Lord used somebody from my school to bring me to this fellowship night back in Tennessee. It's called Williamson County United, and that was where I got saved. And I just like, the gospel just became really fluent to me, and I really just realized that Jesus really did die for all my sins and that God did raise him from the grave, and I was willing to surrender my life to him, and that's what I wanted to do. And because of that, my heart has just never been the same ever since that night. And I've fallen in love with him, and I just can't go back. And then life like has not been easier, just with a lot of facing trials and tribulations. But I know I can always count on the same God who never fails and never gives up on me. And I get the privilege to spend time with him every single day. And the Lord has just blessed me with the right people. He gives me the ability to walk in freedom, discernment, and continues to use my sensitivity for good and the confidence that I'm enough. And I'll just wrap up with this verse. It's Philippians 1:6, being confident of this, that he who began a good work in you shall make it complete until the day of Christ Jesus.
Come on up.
Hi, my name is Shay, and I'm a sophomore at Xavier. Throughout my childhood, I saw church as a checkbox on my weekly to-do list. I was baptized as a baby and attended Catholic Mass each Sunday with my family, but I was always confused. I found myself confused in church and did not understand the gospel. I believed in Jesus, but had no idea who he really was. I was so busy focusing on school and all my hobbies that I left little time towards trying to grow in my understanding of who Christ is. I was perfectly content with saying I was a believer without even knowing what that truly meant. My junior year of high school was when I began to question where I stood with God. I lost someone important to me to suicide, and the pandemic began the same year. All the hobbies that used to dominate my life disappeared, and I felt lost. I did not understand why I had not done enough for him to prevent these things from occurring in my life. I looked to him to bring me peace from my pain and saw no relief. I convinced myself that my lack of works was the reason he was letting me experience so much pain and sadness. I believed I had not done enough for him to want to guide me through the challenges I was enduring. I started my freshman year at Xavier shortly after that, where I met Matt, who introduced me to Solom. I was then able to connect with Hope Hayden and so many others who encouraged me to grow in my understanding of the gospel and that works do not bring salvation. The more I attended SALT, Mercy Hill, and Campus Group, the clearer the message became to me. About a month ago, Ernie read Ephesians 2:8-9 as a part of service. For by grace you have been saved through faith, and this is not from you, it is the gift of God. It is not from works, so no one may boast. Hearing this clear proclamation of the gospel truth compelled me to put my faith in Jesus and get baptized today as an outward proclamation of this inward change that I have experienced. I now know that Jesus died for my sins and that my works contribute nothing to my salvation, and that the only thing that saves me is my faith in him. The Lord will forever be my loving Father that sent his Son to be the ultimate sacrifice for my sins. I am so thankful that my eyes and heart have been opened to the truth, hope, and grace that is in Jesus.
Church, y'all ready to celebrate some baptisms? Let's get up. Let's stand. Let's go.
Who is the great shed your blood for salvation. You broke the curse for